What does this sign mean? A. Stop and go only if safe. B. The road is closed to traffic from all directions. C. Do not drive down this road from your direction. D. Slow down and prepare to stop. C. Do not drive down this road from your direction. What does this sign mean? A. The dirt on the side of the road is soft. B. Winding road. C. The road will curve to the right, then to the left. D. The roadway is slippery when wet. D. The roadway is slippery when wet. What does this sign mean? A. An intersection. B. A hospital. C. A railroad crossing. D. A roundabout. A. An intersection. What does this sign mean? A. Merging traffic from the left. B. A divided highway ahead. C. Merging traffic from the right. D. Roadway narrows ahead. A. Merging traffic from the left. This sign marks a lane that must be used for A. Both left and right turns. B. Emergency parking. C. Passing on either side of an obstruction. D. Left turns only. D. Left turns only. This sign alerts you to A. A low underpass. B. A narrow bridge. C. A tunnel with two-way traffic. D. A parking zone. A. A low underpass. What does this sign mean? A. You should merge left. B. You can turn left or go straight through. C. All traffic must go straight through. D. You cannot turn from this lane. B. You can turn left or go straight through. What does this sign mean? A. You should slow down to 35 miles per hour or less after the curve. B. You should slow down to 35 miles per hour or less before entering the curve. C. There is a 35-degree curve ahead. D. The legal speed limit is 35 miles per hour. B. You should slow down to 35 miles per hour or less before entering the curve. What does this sign mean? A. Right turns only. B. Keep right. C. End of divided highway. D. Merge right. B. Keep right. What does this sign mean? A. Workers ahead. B. Flagger ahead. C. Pedestrian crossing. D. Stop sign ahead. B. Flagger ahead. This warning sign means A. No passing. B. Two-way traffic. C. Narrow roadway. D. Traffic must merge right. B. Two-way traffic. Which road signs have an 8-sided shape? A. Direction guidance signs. B. Stop signs. C. Yield signs. D. Parking signs. B. Stop signs. This sign means A. Divided highway begins. B. Merging traffic. C. Pass on either side. D. Added lane ahead. A. Divided highway begins. What does this sign mean? A. The end of a school zone. B. The beginning of a no passing zone. C. The end of a no passing zone. D. The beginning of a work zone. C. The end of a no passing zone. This sign is A. A minimum speed limit sign. B. A maximum speed limit sign. C. A warning of an upcoming speed limit. D. An advisory speed sign. D. An advisory speed sign. What does this sign mean? A. No U-turn or left turn. B. No U-turn or right turn. C. No right turn. D. Merging traffic from the right. A. No U-turn or left turn. This traffic sign warns you of A. A soft shoulder. B. A narrow bridge. C. A low clearance. D. A one-way roadway. B. A narrow bridge. This sign warns you of A. Two gradual curves. B. A winding road. C. Two sharp turns. D. A detour. C. Two sharp turns. What does this sign mean? A. Crossroad. B. Divided highway. C. Pass on either side. D. Two-way traffic. C. Pass on either side. What does this sign mark? A. End of a central median. B. The direction in a roundabout. C. A side road. D. A sharp curve. D. A sharp curve. This sign warns you of A. A flooded roadway. B. The paved road surface ends ahead. C. The road ahead is closed to traffic. D. There is a sharp change in direction ahead. B. The paved road surface ends ahead. This sign means A. Stop immediately. B. Road is closed ahead. C. Speed zone ahead. D. Stop ahead. D. Stop ahead. This is an example of A. A county route sign. B. A U.S. route sign. C. An interstate route sign. D. State route sign. B. A U.S. route sign. What does this sign mean? A. Lane ends. B. Two-way traffic. C. Merging traffic. D. Added lane. D. Added lane. What does this sign mean? A. Lane reduction ahead. B. D. Intersection ahead. C. Side road ahead. D. Side road enters highway ahead. B. D. Intersection ahead. If you turn right at this intersection, you should expect A. A closed roadway. B. A railroad crossing. C. A fire station. D. A closed gate. B. A railroad crossing. What does this sign mean? A. Continue to the next exit. B. Do not continue in this direction. C. Continue only if safe. D. You must stop ahead. B. Do not continue in this direction. A sign with this shape means A. General warning. B. Right turn permitted on red. C. No passing zone. D. School zone. C. No passing zone. What does this sign mean? A. Right turns are allowed from the right-hand lane. B. Left turns are not allowed from the right-hand lane. C. Left turns are allowed from either lane. D. Go straight ahead or turn right. C. Left turns are allowed from either lane. This road sign means A. Traffic from both directions must take turns using one lane. B. The bridge ahead has enough room for meeting or passing another vehicle. C. The bridge ahead is one lane in each direction. D. A lane comes together with your lane ahead. A. Traffic from both directions must take turns using one lane. What does this sign mean? A. Work zone ahead. B. Lane ends. Merge right. C. Sharp change of direction of travel. D. The direction of travel in a work zone. C. Sharp change of direction of travel. This road sign means A. Playground. B. School crossing. C. Pedestrian overpass. D. No passing zones. B. School crossing. This warning sign means A. Sharp turn ahead. B. Detour ahead. C. Road curves ahead. D. A road crosses the main highway ahead. A. Sharp turn ahead. When you approach this sign, you should be prepared for A. A lateral shift of travel lanes. B. Winding road. C. A bridge with limited room to pass and meet. D. A reduced number of travel lanes. A. A lateral shift of travel lanes. This white sign means you must not pass A. Other vehicles for any reason. B. Until it seems safe to do so. C. Until after you pass the sign. D. Until you pass the next exit. A. Other vehicles for any reason. What is the meaning of this sign? A. Stop ahead. B. Sharp turn. C. Turn right. D. Side road ahead. D. Side road ahead. This road sign means A. Merge ahead. B. Yield ahead. C. Stop ahead. D. Wrong way, do not enter. B. Yield ahead. What does this sign mean? A. Truck crossing. B. Work zone. C. Steep grade ahead. D. Step hard on the brake. C. Steep grade ahead. When can you drive in a lane at which this sign is posted? A. Only if you are carrying at least one passenger. B. If you are driving a truck. C. If you are in a hurry. D. Only if you are carrying at least two passengers. A. Only if you are carrying at least one passenger. What does this sign mean? A. Pedestrians must walk facing traffic. B. Pedestrian crosswalk ahead. C. Pedestrians must walk in the street. D. School crossing. B. Pedestrian crosswalk ahead. Where is this sign posted? A. Near a school zone. B. Ahead of a railroad crossing. C. At a closed roadway. D. Road intersection. B. Ahead of a railroad crossing. What does this sign mean? A. No U-turn. B. Merging traffic. C. Three-point turning area. D. Roundabout intersection. D. Roundabout intersection. What does this sign mean? A. You may turn left on green arrow only. B. You cannot turn around to go in the opposite direction. C. You should expect a sharp curve ahead. D. No turns permitted. B. You cannot turn around to go in the opposite direction. What does this sign mean? A. Divided highway. B. Sharp left turn. C. Left lane ends. D. Right lane ends. C. Left lane ends. What does this sign mean? A. Divided highway. B. Stop ahead. C. Railroad crossing ahead. D. Traffic signal ahead. D. Traffic signal ahead. What type of sign is this? A. A county route sign. B. A U.S. route sign. C. An interstate route sign. D. State route sign. D. State route sign. When you approach this sign, you must A. Be prepared to slow down to the new speed limit ahead. B. Take another route. C. Not drive faster than 45 miles per hour. D. Merge with traffic in the left lane. A. Be prepared to slow down to the new speed limit ahead. You approach this road sign. What does it mean? A. There are fewer lanes ahead. B. You must turn left or right ahead. C. A vehicle in front of you may be slowing to turn. D. There is a side road ahead. D. There is a side road ahead. What does this sign mean? A. Zoological garden. B. National park. C. Hunting zone ahead. D. Deer crossing ahead. D. Deer crossing ahead. This sign means you A. Must wait for a green arrow before you turn left. B. Have the right of way on a green light. C. May turn left on a green light when it is safe. D. You may turn left or right when the light is green. C. May turn left on a green light when it is safe. What does this sign mean? A. Parallel traffic lanes have different elevations. B. There is an uneven number of parallel lanes. C. There is a sharp shoulder edge drop-off. D. The road has different elevations. A. Parallel traffic lanes have different elevations. What does this sign mean? A. Farm machinery can cross the road. B. Lane reserved for farm machinery. C. No farm machinery is permitted. D. Farm machinery is permitted. A. Farm machinery can cross the road. What does this sign mean? A. Max speed 50 miles per hour, minimum speed 30 miles per hour in ideal conditions. B. Speed limit is 30 miles per hour, minimum fine of $50 for violations. C. Max speed 50 miles per hour, minimum speed 30 miles per hour in all conditions. D. Speed limit is 50 miles per hour, minimum fine of $30 for violations. A. Max speed 50 miles per hour, minimum speed 30 miles per hour in ideal conditions. When you see this sign, you should watch for A. Railroad tracks. B. Road intersection. C. Pedestrians and bicyclists crossing the road. D. School children. C. Pedestrians and bicyclists crossing the road. What does this sign mean? A. Pedestrian crossing. B. School or school crossing. C. Children nearby. D. Bicyclists crossing. C. Children nearby. This sign means you are traveling A. On U.S. Highway 12. B. On U.S. Highway 254. C. On U.S. Highway 2. D. Northbound. A. On U.S. Highway 12. What does this sign mean? A. No bicyclists allowed. B. Bicycle crossing. C. School zone. D. Bicycles only. B. Bicycle crossing. What does this sign indicate? A. This is a recommended speed for the current road conditions. B. All traffic must drive faster than this speed. C. All traffic must drive slower than this speed. D. This is a recommended speed for all road conditions. B. All traffic must drive faster than this speed. This sign tells you A. Winding road ahead. B. Slippery when wet. C. Detour ahead. D. Steep hill. A. Winding road ahead. This traffic sign means A. You must always stop before you make a right turn. B. You cannot make a right turn at this intersection. C. You may only make a right turn at this intersection. D. Do not enter. B. You cannot make a right turn at this intersection. What does this sign mean? A. Do not enter, wrong way. B. Wrong way, turn around. C. Two-way traffic ends ahead. D. This road or street terminates ahead. D. This road or street terminates ahead. This sign means parking is allowed. A. For any disabled person. B. For disabled persons with a special placard or plate. C. For anyone with a reservation. D. Only for persons in wheelchairs. B. For disabled persons with a special placard or plate. What does this sign mean? A. Intersection and curve. B. Added lane. C. Merging traffic. D. Two sharp curves. A. Intersection and curve. What does this sign indicate? A. Road curves right. B. Road curves left. C. Road can curve in any direction. D. All of these answers are correct. A. Road curves right. What does this sign mean? A. Highway ramp. B. Interstate highway. C. Hospital ahead. D. Hotel ahead. C. Hospital ahead. This exit advisory speed sign means A. Minimum advised speed limit is 25 miles per hour in ideal conditions. B. Minimum advised speed limit is 25 miles per hour in all conditions. C. Slow down. Maximum advised speed is 25 miles per hour in ideal conditions. D. Slow down. Maximum advised speed is 25 miles per hour in all conditions. C. Slow down. Maximum advised speed is 25 miles per hour in ideal conditions. You can drive in a lane marked with this sign if you are A. Carrying at least one other person. B. Driving a small sports car. C. Driving a carpool van. D. Displaying handicap placard or plates. A. Carrying at least one other person. What does this sign mean? A. Workers are on or near the roadway ahead. B. There is a dip in the roadway ahead. C. There is a children's playground ahead. D. Snow removal ahead. A. Workers are on or near the roadway ahead. This road sign marks an area. A. Where large vehicles must use the right lane. B. Where large vehicles may enter across the road. C. Where large vehicles are prohibited from using the highway. D. Where large vehicles must use the left lane. B. Where large vehicles may enter or cross the road. What does this sign mean? A. You may park for no more than 2 hours between 8:30 a.m. and 5:30 p.m. B. You may park for more than 2 hours between 8:30 a.m. and 5:30 p.m. C. You may only park here between 5:30 p.m. and 8:30 a.m. D. You may not park here between 5:30 p.m. and 8:30 a.m. A. You may park for no more than 2 hours between 8:30 a.m. and 5:30 p.m. This sign tells you that A. The divided highway ends ahead. B. There will be fewer lanes ahead. C. A divided highway begins ahead. D. Reverse curve ahead. A. The divided highway ends ahead. You see this sign. What should you expect ahead? A. A lane reserved for motorized wheelchairs. B. A parking area reserved for the disabled. C. People who may be crossing the road in a wheelchair. D. A hospital zone. C. People who may be crossing the road in a wheelchair. What does this sign mean? A. No-fly zone ahead. B. General information sign for an airport. C. General information sign for an aircraft manufacturing plant. D. Low-flying aircraft warning. B. General information sign for an airport. What does this sign mean? A. U-turns only. B. Hairpin curve ahead, extreme right curve. C. Roundabout. D. Right turn ahead warning. B. Hairpin curve ahead, extreme right curve. What does this sign mean? A. No trucks allowed on this route. B. Heavy machinery is prohibited on this route. C. Hitchhiking is prohibited on this route. D. Transporting of hazardous material is prohibited. D. Transporting of hazardous material is prohibited. What type of sign is this? A. State route sign. B. Interstate route sign. C. U.S. route sign. D. County route sign. B. Interstate route sign. These pavement markings indicate A. Vehicles must not cross the solid yellow line except to turn left. B. Vehicles must not cross the broken white lines under any circumstances. C. Vehicles must not cross the solid yellow line except to pass. D. None of the above. A. Vehicles must not cross the solid yellow line except to turn left. What does this sign mean? A. General service sign for a doctor's office. B. General service sign for a pharmacy. C. General service sign for parking. D. General service sign for a hospital. B. General service sign for a pharmacy. This curve advisory speed sign means A. Minimum advised speed limit is 25 miles per hour in ideal conditions. B. Slow down, maximum advised speed is 25 miles per hour in ideal conditions. C. Slow down, maximum advised speed is 25 miles per hour in all conditions. D. Minimum advised speed limit is 25 miles per hour in all conditions. B. Slow down. Maximum advised speed is 25 miles per hour in ideal conditions. What does this sign mean? A. Railroad crossing. B. Trail crossing ahead. C. Light rail ahead. D. Train station ahead. C. Light rail ahead. This sign means A. General information sign for RV park. B. General information sign for a bus station. C. General information sign for a truck stop. D. General information sign for a train station. D. General information sign for a train station. What does this sign tell you? A. Two roadways come together, and merging is not required. B. Two roadways come together, and you must merge. C. The highway is divided ahead. D. There are fewer lanes ahead. A. Two roadways come together, and merging is not required. On a road or street with this sign, A. You must keep left. B. All traffic must make a detour. C. All traffic must turn left. D. Go only in the direction of the arrow. D. Go only in the direction of the arrow. What does a flashing yellow light above the school sign mean? A. You may not drive faster than 20 miles per hour. B. You must stop. C. The speed limit shown is not in effect. D. The speed limit shown pertains to the school bus only. A. You may not drive faster than 20 miles per hour. What does this sign mean? A. General service sign for a horse track. B. General service sign for lodging. C. General service sign for trailer camping. D. General service sign for food. C. General service sign for trailer camping. This sign tells you to A. Turn left or right. B. Enter a roundabout in either direction. C. Expect a divided highway ahead. D. Go straight only. A. Turn left or right. This sign means A. General service sign for sailing. B. General service sign for camping. C. General service sign for food. D. General service sign for lodging. B. General service sign for camping. What does this sign mean? A. Pavement ends ahead. B. Ahead is a sharp rise in the profile of the road. C. Ahead is a sharp depression in the profile of the road. D. Ahead is a narrow bridge warning. C. Ahead is a sharp depression in the profile of the road. What does this sign mean? A. A railroad track parallel to the roadway is ahead. B. You have reached a train station. C. You have reached a railroad crossing. D. You have reached an abandoned railroad track. C. You have reached a railroad crossing. This warning sign means A. Horse-drawn vehicles ahead. Horse-drawn vehicles crossing. B. Road closed for parade. C. No motor vehicles allowed. D. Racetrack ahead. A. Horse-drawn vehicles ahead. Horse-drawn vehicles crossing. This sign means that you must A. Continue straight when the signal is green. B. Wait for a green signal before turning. C. Turn right. D. Turn carefully against a red signal. B. Wait for a green signal before turning. What is the meaning of this sign? A. There is gravel on the road. B. This is a hidden road. C. The road is slippery and wet. D. The road shoulder is much lower than the road surface. D. The road shoulder is much lower than the road surface. What does this sign mean? A. School zone ends. B. Bicyclist crossing. C. No bicycles allowed. D. No motor vehicles allowed. C. No bicycles allowed. After 1,000 feet. A. The road ahead is one lane in each direction. B. Traffic from both directions take turns using a single lane. C. You must merge into one lane with traffic coming from the right. D. The road is for one-way traffic only. B. Traffic from both directions take turns using a single lane. This warning sign means A. Right turn ahead, advisory to reduce speed to 35 miles per hour in ideal driving conditions. B. Right curve ahead, advisory to reduce speed to 35 miles per hour in all weather conditions. C. Right turn ahead, advisory to reduce speed to 35 miles per hour in all weather conditions. D. Right curve ahead, advisory to reduce speed to 35 miles per hour in ideal driving conditions. D. Right curve ahead, advisory to reduce speed to 35 miles per hour in ideal driving conditions. This sign means A. Increased fines are imposed for traffic violations. B. Speed trap ahead, reduce speed. C. Entering a school zone. D. School crossing ahead. A. Increased fines are imposed for traffic violations. What does this sign mean? A. School or school crossing. B. Pedestrian and bicycle crossing. C. Divided highway ahead. D. No pedestrian and bicycle crossing. B. Pedestrian and bicycle crossing. What does this sign mean? A. Slow down if an emergency vehicle is approaching. B. Always come to a full stop at the intersection. C. Look both ways as you cross the intersection. D. Slow down and be prepared to stop if necessary. D. Slow down and be prepared to stop if necessary. This sign, a steady yellow X, means A. Prepare to stop ahead. B. Work zone ahead. C. You have reached a railroad crossing. D. Prepare to change lane. D. Prepare to change lane. What does this sign mean? A. Vehicles weighing more than 10 tons may use this roadway. B. No trucks allowed on this roadway. C. No truck through traffic allowed on this roadway. D. Vehicles weighing 10 tons or less may use this roadway. D. Vehicles weighing 10 tons or less may use this roadway. This warning sign means A. Merging traffic from the right. B. Right curve ahead, side road connecting from the left. C. Three-way intersection ahead. D. Right curve ahead, side road connecting from the right. B. Right curve ahead, side road connecting from the left. What type of sign is this? A. State route sign. B. Interstate route sign. C. U.S. route sign. D. County route sign. D. County route sign. This warning sign means A. Snowmobile ahead or crossing. B. Road closed due to snow. C. National Park ahead. D. Snow removal crew ahead. A. Snowmobile ahead or crossing. This sign means A. General service sign for food. B. General service sign for camping. C. General service sign for lodging. D. General service sign for disaster assistance. A. General service sign for food. This sign means A. New road surface treatment ahead. B. Oil spill, slippery conditions ahead. C. Oil refinery ahead. D. Gas station ahead. A. New road surface treatment ahead. This sign means A. General information sign for a mobile home park. B. General information sign for a truck stop. C. General information sign for a bus station. D. General information sign for RV stop. C. General information sign for a bus station. What type of sign is this? A. Bicycle route sign. B. State route sign. C. U.S. route sign. D. Interstate bicycle route sign. A. Bicycle route sign. This warning sign means A. Railroad crossing straight ahead. B. Side road closed ahead. C. You will encounter a railroad crossing when turning left at the intersection ahead. D. You will encounter a railroad crossing when turning right at the side road intersection ahead. D. You will encounter a railroad crossing when turning right at the side road intersection ahead. This sign means A. Turning in the direction of the arrow is prohibited. B. All traffic must turn ahead. C. Intersecting road is for one-way traffic only. D. All traffic must make a detour. C. Intersecting road is for one-way traffic only. This sign means A. There is a low and soft place on the roadway. B. The road pavement can be soft and dangerous. C. The shoulder of the road can be soft and dangerous. D. End of the paved road. C. The shoulder of the road can be soft and dangerous. This sign means A. General service sign for food. B. General service sign for trailer camping. C. General service sign for lodging. D. General service sign for camping. C. General service sign for lodging. What should you do when you see this sign? A. Slow down and be prepared to stop, if necessary. B. Expect a school bus to turn around on the roadway. C. Always come to a full stop. D. Look both ways as you cross the bus. A. Slow down and be prepared to stop, if necessary. This sign means A. No cars allowed. B. No motor vehicles. C. Truck ramp ahead. D. No trucks allowed. D. No trucks allowed. The number on this road sign indicates A. A reduced speed limit after the turn. B. A recommended safe speed to use through the sharp turn. C. How sharply the roadway curves. D. Speed limit of 25 miles per hour on an upcoming right-hand turn. B. A recommended safe speed to use through the sharp turn. General service sign means A. Emergency medical services sign. B. A pharmacy sign. C. Red Cross Relief Center. D. Disaster assistance sign. A. Emergency medical services sign. This sign indicates that A. A hill grade is ahead. B. The road ahead has a bump. C. The road ahead has a dip. D. A median is ahead. B. The road ahead has a bump. If you drive slower than other traffic, you must A. Merge into one lane. B. Drive in the right-hand lane. C. Not pass other vehicles. D. Drive in the left-hand lane. B. Drive in the right-hand lane. What does this sign indicate? A. Maximum legal speed is 50 miles per hour in ideal conditions. B. Minimum legal speed is 50 miles per hour in all weather conditions. C. Maximum legal speed is 50 miles per hour in all weather conditions. D. Minimum legal speed is 50 miles per hour in ideal conditions. A. Maximum legal speed is 50 miles per hour in ideal conditions. This sign means A. High mountain road ahead. B. A designated route for heavy machinery vehicles. C. High maintenance road ahead. D. A designated route for vehicles transporting hazardous material. D. A designated route for vehicles transporting hazardous material. This sign is typically used with a stop sign and means what? A. Intersection is not an always stop. B. A three-way stop ahead. C. Intersection closed ahead. D. Always stop ahead. A. Intersection is not an always stop. This sign means A. Truck runaway ramp. B. Left curve ahead, truck rollover warning. C. Trucks must use right lane. D. Right curve ahead, truck rollover warning. D. Right curve ahead, truck rollover warning. This sign means A. Axle weight limit for trucks. B. Weight limit for trucks. C. Special speed limit for trucks only. D. Speed limit for cars only. C. Special speed limit for trucks only. This warning sign means A. Vertical deflection in the road designed to limit the speed of traffic. B. Pavement ends ahead. C. A sharp depression in the road. D. Road work ahead. A. Vertical deflection in the road designed to limit the speed of traffic. What does this sign mean? A. Information sign for a park. B. General information sign for a school. C. General information sign for a bus stop. D. General information sign for a library. D. General information sign for a library. This sign means A. Beginning of a no passing zone, do not pass. B. Slower traffic, keep to the left. C. Road closed ahead. D. Keep to the right. A. Beginning of a no passing zone, do not pass. This sign means A. General service sign for an ambulance station. B. General service sign for tourist information. C. General service sign for lodging. D. General service sign for a library. B. General service sign for tourist information. What does this sign mean? A. The road surface changes ahead. B. There is a sharp change in direction ahead. C. End of the road. D. The road ahead is closed to traffic. A. The road surface changes ahead. This sign means A. Pedestrian crossing ahead. B. No playing in the street. C. No motor vehicles. D. No pedestrian crossing. D. No pedestrian crossing. This warning sign means A. Lawnmowers ahead. B. Golf carts ahead. Golf carts crossing. C. Playground ahead. D. Golf driving range ahead. B. Golf carts ahead. Golf carts crossing. This sign means A. General service sign for diesel fuel. B. General service sign for lodging. C. General service sign for food. D. General service sign for a car wash. A. General service sign for diesel fuel. This sign means A. There are trucks hauling gravel ahead. B. The roadway ahead is covered with loose gravel. C. The roadway ahead is under construction. D. The road ahead is unpaved. B. The roadway ahead is covered with loose gravel. This sign means A. General service sign for gas. B. General service sign for lodging. C. General service sign for a car wash. D. General service sign for an ATM. A. General service sign for gas. What does this sign mean? A. Cattle crossing ahead. B. Slow-moving vehicles. C. Farm exit. D. No motor vehicles allowed. A. Cattle crossing ahead. This sign indicates A. A pedestrian crosswalk. B. A handicapped parking zone. C. Wheelchair availability. D. A hospital zone. B. A handicapped parking zone. What does this sign mean? A. Double reverse curve, starting with the right curve. B. Road construction ahead. C. Double reverse curve, starting with a left curve. D. Road closed due to construction. A. Double reverse curve, starting with the right curve. What does this sign mean? A. No parking allowed. B. No passing allowed. C. No playing in the street. D. No pedestrian traffic. A. No parking allowed. What type of sign is this? A. State route sign. B. Interstate bicycle route sign. C. Interstate route sign. D. U.S. route sign. B. Interstate bicycle route sign. This warning sign means A. This road has no other exit. B. Do not enter. C. Wrong way. D. Road closed ahead. A. This road has no other exit. What type of sign is this? A. National Forest route sign. B. U.S. route sign. C. Interstate route sign. D. State route sign. A. National Forest route sign. This road sign means A. Side road enters highway ahead. B. Crossroad intersection ahead. C. The roadway you are on ends ahead. D. You must bear either right or left ahead. D. You must bear either right or left ahead. What does this sign mean? A. School zone ahead. B. Yield here to pedestrians crossing. C. Yield sign ahead. D. Stop for joggers. B. Yield here to pedestrians crossing. What does this sign mean? A. No left turn. B. No hitchhiking allowed. C. No pedestrian crossing. D. No right turn on red. B. No hitchhiking allowed. What does this sign mean? A. Flagger ahead. B. No left turn, road closed. C. Detour to the left. D. Detour to the right. D. Detour to the right. This ramp advisory speed sign means A. Minimum advised speed limit is 35 miles per hour in all conditions. B. Minimum advised speed limit is 35 miles per hour in ideal conditions. C. Slow down, Maximum advised speed is 35 miles per hour in all conditions. D. Slow down. Maximum advised speed is 35 miles per hour in ideal conditions. D. Slow down. Maximum advised speed is 35 miles per hour in ideal conditions. This warning sign means A. Zoo ahead. B. No motor vehicles allowed. C. Dirt road ahead. D. Equestrians ahead or crossing. D. Equestrians ahead or crossing. What does this sign mean? A. There is a sharp curve ahead. B. You cannot go straight. C. You cannot drive in this lane. D. You can go straight only. B. You cannot go straight. What should you expect before coming to the D intersection? A. A railroad crossing. B. A closed gate. C. A barrier. D. A dip in the roadway. A. A railroad crossing. What does this sign indicate? A. This sign does not actually exist. B. A lane designated for the use of buses and taxis only. C. A pickup location for buses and taxis. D. A drop-off location for buses and taxis. B. A lane designated for the use of buses and taxis only. What kind of place does this sign mark? A. Where you must pass to the right of a median. B. Where you must make a detour. C. Where you must pass to the left of a median. D. Where you may cross over a divided highway. D. Where you may cross over a divided highway. What does this sign mean? A. You must turn left or right ahead. B. There is an overpass ahead. C. You can go straight only. D. The roadway intersects with a divided highway. D. The roadway intersects with a divided highway.